all women are like Jada. So let me tell y'all like this, man. There are several differences between us and the average man, but we're few in number. The average men are many in number. They stand for a lot of things that we don't stand for, and they represent a lot of things that we don't represent. But when it comes to women, the majority of women are just like Jada because female nature is a universal thing. See, what we're looking at here, we're not looking at a woman mistreating a man. We're not looking at a woman doing something different. We're not looking at a woman doing something unscrupulous. We're looking at a woman simply being a woman. There's nothing more that Jada did. She didn't do something that we had never heard of. She didn't do something we've never seen. She simply did what a woman does. And we're going to get into some ways right now that most women are similar to Jada.
Bucket list? That's a good question.
I actually do, but it's not
Physical.
It's just not physical.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm right there with you, and I absolutely have a bucket list. I really want to learn how to love, but I know what it isn't.
Yeah.
And I'm just on the journey of really understanding what love is.
Yeah. So everything on your bucket list right now is just part of your spiritual journey, your path right now.
Absolutely.
When you think about a female's nature, a woman's nature, you know that there's a great chance that every woman is going to cheat on her husband because men are constantly pursuing her, validate. All it takes for her is to convince herself she's not getting what she wants from her husband, and she'll go get it from another man. Let me tell you something, man. All women will settle for the man who gives them security if they can't change the man they really want. All Jada did was ever try to change Pop. She tried to keep him from going that thug life route. She tried to keep him from hanging with those dudes. She tried to keep him from running with Suge. She tried to keep him from going to death row. She tried to keep him from doing a lot of things because she wanted Pop to have his same spirit but behave like Will. When I say women want everything, I mean they want perfection. They want the total package. But nobody is the total package. 80% of everything you want is about as much as you can hope for. So a woman will definitely settle for a man who gives her security if she can't change the man she really wants. But that doesn't make her stop wanting the man she really wants. She just settles for the security. It's an innate thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Women are born that way. They want security. Now you have women these days who feel like they can go out and make their own security. And as long as things are flowing smoothly in their lives, yes, they can. They can handle their security. They seem like they're taking it well. They seem like they're doing as well as men until things hit the fan. And then the female nature, the emotionality of the female comes out and they be about to lose their mind, man, just from a little bit of opposition. A small impediment in their way is an insurmountable obstacle. Then when we as men, man, have to climb mountains every day. See, the identity of men has been taken in this society and given to women. Women convince themselves and the world at large, and even some men, most men, that they're the ones that are carrying the heavy load. You're not carrying the heavy load. It's kind of like if you're a single mother, if you got 4 children by 4 men, you're not carrying the heavy load. You're paying the consequences for being careless. That's not a heavy load. You don't get to create a load and then say, ooh, have pity for me, I'm carrying this heavy load. No. See, let me tell you something, bro. And this is what Will had to find out. When a woman finally doesn't want to act like she loves or even likes you anymore, the relationship dynamic changes. That's what Kels meant when he said when a woman's fed up. He didn't necessarily mean when a woman's fed up with you doing her bad. That's one aspect of it, but also when a woman's fed up with playing like she's happy with you. That's what happened to Dr. Dre. Boy, worth $800 million, and finally the woman just hit the wall and she felt like there's got to be a better life for me. She'd rather have access to just half of the money than to have access to all of it and stay with Dre. When a woman is fine, the act is over. That's why you never have to believe in the act, because the act will end one day. Unless you cultivated her skills, man. If you caught her young, let's say you're like your high school sweetheart or your grade school sweetheart. Y'all just grew up together. All through high school, y'all were together. All through college, y'all were, or even maybe y'all weren't together until y'all got to high school. You know what I'm saying? But y'all knew each other. And then y'all ended up, that happens. It's rare, but it happens. But how many of us are even around those type of women that we knew in school? And how many of them kept themselves together, kept themselves clean, kept themselves tied to us? How many of them didn't have a child by another man and eliminate themselves from contention in our lives? How many of them didn't go marry another man and eliminate themselves from contention in our lives? We have to be honest with ourselves as men that Jada's not doing anything. It's just in the spotlight. There are men right now dealing with this right now, man. There are men who are talking about this, who have angst when they talk about it, because this is the same thing they experienced. All it does is open up old wounds for them. But we live in a society now where no man should have these wounds. Will married this chick back in the 90s. That's a long time ago, man. Long time ago. Early 90s at that. This isn't something that just started. See, women are experts at justifying their actions. And I mean, I'm talking about experts that they can do the craziest thing in the world and they can figure out a way to justify it. I'm talking about a believable way to justify it. If you don't know any better, you'll be like,
oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Look, yeah, I've been too hard on her. Yeah, oh, yeah, she had a reason to do that. Yeah, I was working 2 jobs, so I wouldn't spend no time with her. She had a reason to go get pregnant by my best friend. Yeah, I should not have worked 2 jobs. I was trying to provide for her, but, I had to remember that while she was sitting at home living off my money, that she was bored and needed to, oh, yeah, it was my fault.
That's how dudes do. Dudes will take the blame for it because a woman make a convincing argument to the beta male mind. To the beta male mind, any argument a woman makes is a convincing argument. But women are experts at justifying their actions and will absolutely do anything they can justify. If she can justify it, she will do it. That's why in a marriage, you have to pay so much attention to your woman. You have to keep your mind focused on your woman. You have to keep your eyes focused on your woman. You have to do everything in your power to make your woman believe that you absolutely want her and no one else. You have to do that. You have to make her absolutely believe that you want her and no one else. And you know how you do that? By living that way, by not having any other women, by shunning other women who find you attractive, by buying into the me and you forever till the day we die, and there'll be let no man put asunder. You have to buy into that. But she's looking for ways not to buy into it. If you tell her you're coming home for Christmas and you don't come home for Christmas, guess what? She don't want to be alone.
I was real lonely, and then, BO agents, he came over to drop off a package, and I wouldn't let him leave. I just grabbed him and I put my hands inside of his pants, and he tried to fight me off, and blah blah blah, and and I finally, it just happened.
The BOA came over, he was at the party and he had a drink, and I put something in his drink because I wanted him to pass out, and when he passed out, when he woke up, I was showing him my cowgirl skills, but I was lonely, my man wasn't home with me, Santa Claus was coming in the morning, I don't know how to make cookies by myself.
Anything is justification for her actions, man, and anything she can justify, she'll do. This woman doesn't care about this coming out. She just wanted to come out on her terms. She wants to be the one to tell her story. Maybe she had this. Maybe she was holding this back to put it in a book. We don't know. But now it's out there. Now the whole book has to be rewritten. And let me tell you something else, man. When I say a woman would do absolutely anything she can justify, I mean anything, whatever it is. Whatever it is. A woman can, man, let me tell you something. A woman can set her husband up to be killed so she can collect the insurance and run off with the dude she trying to get to kill her husband. And you know what her justification is? She's so sad and miserable that she just want to be happy. That's enough justification for her. She's miserable and she just want to be happy. So if she get the insurance money and run off with this guy, she already pregnant with his baby. And run. This is the way that women think, bro. It's not just Jada. It's all women. The thing is, Will has a boatload of money. So Jada don't really have to look to be trying to escape. She ain't trying to get away. Because let me tell you something she knows. She knows that she is no longer bankable. Will always be bankable. If he get his acting spirit back, man, and start worrying about chasing this broad around, Will can definitely be bankable again. Jada will never be bankable. When a female actor, when an actress gets to her age, she's just no longer bankable. You know what I'm saying? That's why Vivica A. Fox is on some crap that I ain't never seen, I ain't never even heard of. You know what I'm saying? When an actress is a certain age, man, she's just not bankable anymore. That's just the way it is. So she doesn't want to leave because when she leaves, yeah, she gets what she leaves with, but that's all. You know what I'm saying? And she's not going to leave with 400 million. You know, Dre's wife stand a chance to leave with what Will is worth. You know what I'm saying? If Dre's wife gets half of his fortune, she'll literally have a net worth higher than Will Smith. And look at all the work Will Smith has put in his whole career. She'll have a net worth higher than Will Smith, bro. I want you to think about that. I want y'all to think about the logic of that. Here's a woman that can divorce a man and have a net worth higher than Will Smith just on the divorce. That's before Will Smith gets divorced. You see what I'm saying? You have to understand this, man. When a woman gets fed up, you are not her friend anymore. You are not her husband anymore. You are the guy on the other side. You are the enemy. You are the opponent. And she is trying to go down through that man to get the best deal she can from that judge in that family court. No woman is ever going to love you enough to let you leave with all the money. In a divorce, no woman is ever going to love you enough or care for you enough or be considerate of you enough or think of you as enough of a friend to let you leave with all of the money. She's never going to do it. And let me tell you something. This is nothing wrong with women. Nothing's wrong with women. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is wrong with women. This is just who they are. If you think something's wrong with women, it's because you had a fantasy in your mind of how they were. You know what I'm saying? You believed in Cinderella. You believed in Snow White. When you understand that a woman will use multiple men if necessary to get her needs met and desires filled. She will use 1 man, 2 men, 3 men, 4 men, 5 men, 6 men, and she don't look at it as being a thought. She look at it as that's how many men it takes for her to get what she needs. Our needs can be met. What we need from a woman, we can get from 3 women. It don't take no more than that. And if you get 2 good ones, then you can get it from 2. Or if you're more of a self-contained unit, you can get it from 2. Never 1, but 2, you can get it from 2. Sometimes women need so many things from men and they say that I don't need no man. No, when they say I don't need no man, they saying they don't need 1 man. They need about 5. Every woman needs a man. Every woman needs men. This is just the reality of it. Every woman needs men. There is no woman who doesn't need men. She can say what she want to say. She could do what she want to do. Even if she had a job, she needs a man to give her a promotion or something. Even if she has her own business, she needs a man to sign off on her license. She needs somebody to come out and inspect her joint and do something. At some point, she needs a man. And in her personal life, she needs a man unless she's going to be a woman who runs away from her femininity. If a woman is in touch with her femininity, she needs some masculinity to balance her out. And that's why women embrace masculinity now so much, because they feel like they can circumvent the need to have a man in their lives if they just grasp masculinity on their own. But what they don't understand is when you grasp that masculinity, you lose your femininity. The same thing as a man. When you grasp that femininity, you lose your masculinity. You can't be masculine and feminine at the same time. One thing is going to take over. And if you're a man and you embrace femininity, it's going to take over. If you're a woman and you embrace masculinity, it's going to take over. Period. That's why a woman who takes tests or growth hormone, when a woman does that, a woman bodybuilder, she starts to develop the features of a man. I'm talking about facial structure. Everything changes on a female bodybuilder. A professional female bodybuilder, man, looks just like a man. There are no beautiful professional female bodybuilders. You know what I'm saying? There are no beautiful pro bodybuilders. Period. There are no beautiful muscular women. There just aren't. Serena Williams is muscular. She looks like a dude in the face. That's just how it is. When a woman embraces masculinity, she starts to look like a dude. You meet more women now that already got whiskers on their face. I'm talking about young chicks. I mean, chicks, man, 23, 24, man, already got like a whisker on their face. They be cuties, man. I'm talking about they be cutie, man. Body fly, looking fly. You get up close to them, man, they got a whisker on their face, man. I'm like, damn, how old are you? 24? You got a whisker already. By the time you get 30, you're going to be around them old man looking like Barry White. You're going to be looking like Rick Ross when you get about 35. I'm talking about seriously, man. This is what we have to understand. The power of masculinity it entices everyone. But gone are the days where women just have to get a man to get masculinity. Masculinity is available for women. Why? Because men are willing to be subservient and feminine in the presence of women. That's what happened to Will. The majority of women you meet have had at least one man in their lives who has been feminine to them, who has let them run things, who is submitted to them. And when a woman has experienced that, man, it's hard to go back to being submissive once you've been in power and someone is submitted to you already. That's why, like, a woman who plays the film in a lesbian relationship, she may come back to the other side. A bush chick will never come back to the other side. I mean, she may dibble and dab physically, but she'll never come back to the other side all the way because she's felt what it felt like to have a woman submit to you. Once you have the feeling of someone submitting to you, you can't go back. That's why an alpha male can never go back to a 50-50 relationship. I mean, not go back, but never be involved in a 50-50 relationship. He can never go do it the way the beta males do it, because once you've been in a position of power, once you've been in a dominant position, you can't go over there and do that. You simply can't do it. And that's what's happening in this society today, bro. That's real talk.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become where you transform into a man on a mission.